Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be looking at something pretty exciting, actually.
Yeah.
We're diving into the world of motorcycles.
Cool.
Specifically, the 2024 Yamaha XSR900.
Right.
We've got a really cool review article here,
Awesome.
and we've got some in-depth spec sheets.
Nice.
So we are going to try to answer the question, does this bike actually hit that sweet spot
Yeah.
between classic,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
and those high-performance thrills?
Well, I think that's a question a lot of people are asking.
Yeah.
Does it have the guts to back up the looks, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with the heart of the beast here.
Okay.
The 890cc three-cylinder engine,
Wow.
pushing nearly 117 horsepower.
For real?
Yeah. It's pretty impressive for a bike in this class.
Okay, I'm no expert, but
Yeah.
even I know 117 horsepower.
Yeah.
That's
A lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
Like, what does that actually translate to on the road?
Well, you can expect some serious acceleration, that's for sure. Okay.
But it's not all about raw speed, though.
Right.
Yamaha's really packed this bike with technology, things like traction control,
Okay.
ABS,
Right.
and multiple ride modes.
So it's like they're giving you options.
Yeah, they've anticipated
Yeah.
every twist and turn you might encounter.
Okay, so whether you are a seasoned rider, kind of pushing the limits, or you're someone who wants something a little more relaxed,
Exactly.
this bike kind of has you covered.
Yeah.
No matter what.
And let's not forget about the looks.
Oh, yeah.
Available in metallic dark gray,
Okay.
impact blue,
Ooh.
and a very striking red.
I'm already picturing that red one, like,
Yeah.
zipping through traffic.
Yeah.
Does the design go beyond just, like, a cool paint job?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yamaha has gone all in on this retro aesthetic.
Okay.
From the round LED headlight
Uh-huh.
to the sculpted fuel tank.
Cool.
It's a nod to that classic motorcycle design.
Right. While incorporating modern elements.
So they're not just like mimicking the past,
That's
they're
not true.
blending it with present day
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah.
What about the engine itself?
Yeah.
Anything special going on under the hood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yamaha's using their cross-plane crankshaft technology.
Oh, break it down for me.
Okay, so what does it mean?
Imagine this. You're accelerating out of a corner,
Okay.
and the power delivery is so smooth and linear, it feels like the engine is reading your mind.
Oh.
That's what the cross-plane crankshaft does.
Cool.
It eliminates those like jerky bursts of power
Yeah.
you might get with a conventional crankshaft.
Gotcha.
Gives you a much more refined
Yeah.
and responsive riding experience.
I'm starting to see why people are excited about this bike.
Yeah.
What about comfort, though?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about these adjustable KYB forks
Yes.
and like a link-type monoshock in the rear.
Yes.
What does all that mean
Okay.
for the average rider? Well, the KYB forks are known for their responsiveness and adjustability.
Okay.
So you can fine-tune that front suspension to your liking.
Nice.
And that link-type monoshock in the rear.
Yeah.
It basically acts as a shock absorber,
Okay.
smoothing out those bumps and dips in the road.
So it's not just about looking cool.
Right.
It's actually about like
Yeah, it's designed.
a smooth and enjoyable ride.
Precisely. And, longer rides can take a toll on your body.
Yeah.
The XSR900 boasts an upright seating position
Okay.
and a flat, wide seat,
So comfortable.
making it comfortable for those longer hauls.
Okay, so far so good.
Yeah,
It looks like they've really thought about the rider
they have.
on this one. But let's face it, a bike like this,
Yeah,
it's going to attract some stares
sure.
when you're riding around. What were your first impressions of the overall design?
I think Yamaha nailed it.
Okay.
They've achieved this minimalist aesthetic
Okay.
that's both eye-catching and timeless.
Mm-hmm.
The round LED headlight is a nice touch. And the sculpted fuel tank adds a sense of muscularity.
Yeah, it's definitely got that like less is more
Yeah.
vibe going on,
Yeah.
which is nice to see.
Yeah.
A bike in this category,
Yeah.
not going to be cheap.
Right.
How does this stack up
Yeah, that's a great question.
against its rivals?
Yeah, let's bring in some heavy hitters for comparison.
Okay.
We're talking about the Kawasaki Z900 RS,
All right.
the Triumph Speed Twin 900,
Okay.
the Honda CB1000R,
Gotcha.
and the Suzuki GSX-S 750 Retro,
Wow, that's a lot.
all aiming for that retro-modern fusion.
Okay, so it's a crowded field.
It is.
Where does Yamaha fit in?
Well, the Yamaha holds its own when it comes to power and tech.
Yeah.
But what surprised me is its weight.
Really?
It comes in significantly lighter than some of its
Oh,
competitors.
wow. Lighter's usually better when it comes to handling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the XSR900 coming in at 193 kilograms
Okay.
is noticeably lighter than, say, the Kawasaki Z900 RS
Mm-hmm.
at 215 kilograms. This translates to a more nimble and agile ride,
Gotcha.
which is especially important when you're navigating those twisty roads or city traffic.
So you're saying it's not just about power.
Yeah,
It's about how that power is delivered
exactly.
and how the bike feels
Yeah.
when you're riding it.
Yeah.
Let's answer some of those burning questions I think
Okay.
everyone has.
Yeah.
First up, is this a bike for beginners?
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
While the XSR900 is undeniably fun and stylish,
Uh-huh.
it might be overwhelming for a new rider
Yeah.
with that much power
Yeah.
and advanced tech.
Yeah.
It's better suited for someone with a bit more experience under their belt.
So maybe not a Shredder bike.
Right.
What about the top speed?
Yeah.
How fast does this thing go?
Well, let's just say it can reach speeds.
Okay.
That would make your hair stand on end.
All right.
We're talking around 140 mile-hours.
Wow.
But remember,
Yeah.
it's designed to be just as comfortable cruising through town as it is blasting down the highway.
All right, so it's got the speed if you need it.
It does.
What about people who like to customize their rides?
Yeah,
Does this bike offer much in the way of personalization?
absolutely.
Okay.
The XSR900 has a thriving aftermarket scene.
Nice.
You can find exhaust systems,
Okay.
custom paint jobs,
Cool.
all sorts of goodies to really make this bike your own.
So you can tweak it
Yeah.
to your style.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Uh-huh.
What about fuel economy?
Yeah, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
It gets around 40 to 45 miles per gallon,
Not bad.
which is pretty decent for
Yeah.
a bike with this much performance potential.
Okay, so it's not a gas guzzler.
No,
That's good.
no.
So far, it sounds like this Yamaha XSR900
It's shaping up that way.
might be the total package.
Well, we've only scratched the surface.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked specs and features.
Right.
But what about the feel? You know, the intangible qualities.
Yeah.
Is there a certain personality that gravitates towards this bike?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I think we're going to need to dig a little deeper to answer that one.
We are.
Yeah, it feels like we've covered a lot.
Uh-huh.
But I still can't shake this feeling that there's more to this bike
Yeah.
than just a list of specs.
You're absolutely right. A motorcycle, especially one like the XSR900,
Right.
that's so intentionally designed,
Yeah.
it often reflects a certain
Yeah.
kind of personality.
It's like you see someone riding this bike
Yeah,
and you instantly get a sense of who they are
totally.
before they even take off their helmet.
I think it attracts someone who appreciates the history
Yeah.
and craftsmanship of motorcycles,
Okay.
but isn't stuck in the past.
Yeah.
You know, someone who wants modern performance
Right.
and reliability
Okay.
without sacrificing that classic cool vibe.
So it's that blend of nostalgia
Yeah.
and like cutting edge
Exactly.
that's so appealing.
It is.
It's like someone who collects vintage vinyl,
Yeah.
but also loves their high-tech sound system.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
They value the quality and heritage of the past,
Uh-huh.
but aren't afraid to embrace what the future has to offer.
And you know what else I'm kind of picking up on?
What's that?
This idea that the XSR900
Yeah.
isn't just a bike,
Uh-huh.
it's like a statement.
What's fascinating here is this trend we're seeing in the motorcycle industry
Okay.
towards this retro-modern fusion.
Okay.
It's not just Yamaha.
Uh-huh.
Other manufacturers are tapping into this desire
Yeah.
for bikes that look classic,
Right.
but perform like modern machines.
So the XSR900 is riding that wave
Exactly.
and maybe even helping to define it.
Yamaha has really captured the essence of that classic design language
Yeah.
while seamlessly integrating all the latest advancements in engineering.
So they didn't just take a modern bike,
No.
slap a retro paint job on it,
No.
and call it a day.
And they've done it without making it feel like a gimmick.
Okay, cool. The review mentioned that the XSR900
Yeah.
comes standard with a quick shifter.
It does.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure.
I'll admit I'm not entirely sure what that is.
For those unfamiliar,
Yeah.
quick shifter allows you to change gears without using the clutch.
Good.
It makes gear changes incredibly smooth and lightning fast,
Wow.
enhancing that sporty feel and responsiveness.
So we're talking about someone who
Yeah.
enjoys pushing the limits
Absolutely.
a bit.
They want a bike that can handle those spirited rides
Okay.
through twisting roads,
Yeah.
but is still comfortable enough for cruising around town.
So it's versatile.
It is.
This raises an interesting question for me.
Okay.
Is this bike more about style
Uh-huh.
or substance?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, can you really have one without the other?
Yeah, is it like a chicken or the egg kind of question?
I'm leaning towards the idea that the XSR900 proves you can have both.
Okay.
Yamaha has managed to create a machine that's visually stunning. And from what I've read, performs exceptionally well.
So it's not about sacrificing one for the other.
Right.
It's about finding that sweet spot where style and substance coexist.
They coexist in perfect harmony.
In perfect harmony. Like, they've redefined what a modern motorcycle can be.
I like that.
Yeah.
The XSR900 challenges this notion that you have to choose between form and function.
Yeah, okay.
You can have a bike that turns heads and puts a smile on your face every time you ride it.
The review mentioned the lightweight aluminum frame.
Yes.
And adjustable suspension.
Yes.
I'm guessing those contribute to the performance side of things.
Absolutely. Those features play a crucial role in the bike's agility and responsiveness.
Okay.
Riders rave about its nimble handling.
Yeah.
And its ability to carve through corners with precision.
Sounds like it'd be a blast to ride on a winding road.
It does.
Is there anything this bike doesn't do well? It seems like it's checking all the boxes. Style, performance, comfort, technology.
Based on the information we have,
the
XSR900 does seem to be a well-rounded package. But, and this is crucial, there's always more to the story.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
We've been looking at the XSR900 through the lens of like reviews and specs.
Exactly.
But what about real-world riding experience?
What do owners say about the day-to-day nuances of living with this bike?
What are those like?
What are those quirks and details?
Like little quirks
that you don't get from a spec sheet.
You're right.
Yeah.
Those are the things that could make or break a bike's appeal in the long run.
They could.
What stands out to you from what we've learned so far?
What fascinates me is how Yamaha has managed to capture the spirit of its iconic past while pushing the boundaries of modern motorcycle design.
Yeah, they didn't just, like I said, slap a retro paint job on a modern bike and call it a day.
No, they've thoughtfully integrated those classic design elements into a machine that feels both familiar and cutting edge.
It's a delicate balance to strike.
It is.
And I think they've pulled it off.
They have.
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's a certain mystique surrounding vintage motorcycles.
There is.
There's a sense of history and craftsmanship that's hard to replicate.
Absolutely. It's like they have a story to tell.
And the XSR900 seems to tap into that feeling.
Yeah.
While still offering the performance and technology of a modern bike.
It's almost like they've bottled that essence of classic cool and made it accessible to a new generation of riders.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder if that sense of nostalgia is part of what draws riders to the XSR900. Or maybe it's the promise of experiencing the best of both worlds.
It's definitely food for thought.
Yeah.
It seems like there's this emotional connection riders have with this bike that goes beyond the technical specs.
I think we need to shift gears a bit.
I agree.
And explore this emotional side.
Let's dive into that.
Of owning and riding this machine.
A bit more. What about you?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this so far?
It's funny. We started this whole deep dive talking about like horsepower and specs and stuff.
Right.
And now we're like exploring the feelings a motorcycle evokes.
It's true.
It's making me rethink my whole approach to bikes.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Motorcycles are more than just machines. They tap into something deeper, something emotional.
We've been dissecting this Yamaha XSR900.
Yeah.
Looking at the engine, the design, the technology. And honestly, it ticks a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
But there's this like underlying question.
Right.
That we keep coming back to.
What's that?
What's the XSR900 experience?
Yeah. Really, like, it's like trying to capture lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
You can describe the flash, you know, the sound.
Yeah. But the feeling of being in a thunderstorm is something else entirely.
Exactly. And the XSR900 seams to bridge this gap.
It does.
Between the tangible and the intangible.
It does.
Like, it's retro-inspired, but with modern performance. It's stylish, but not over the top.
Right.
It's powerful, but not intimidating.
And that's where this idea of personality comes in.
Yeah.
You know, the XSR900, it isn't just appealing to a specific demographic.
Right.
It's speaking to a mindset.
Okay. Someone who appreciates the finer things in life, but isn't afraid to get their hands dirty.
Yeah.
Someone who values both heritage and innovation.
Right.
Someone who understands that the journey is just as important as the destination.
You're hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It's about the experience. The feeling of freedom and connection you get when you're riding.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes the XSR900 so intriguing.
Yeah.
It's not trying to be everything to everyone.
It's a statement.
Yeah.
It's an invitation to experience motorcycling on your own terms.
And that in itself is powerful.
Yeah.
This idea that a machine can inspire you,
Yeah.
challenge you, and ultimately help you discover something about yourself.
So if someone's on the fence about this XSR900, what would you tell them?
I'd say look beyond the spec sheet. Okay. Consider what kind of riding experience you're looking for. You want a bike that blends classic cool with modern performance.
Right.
A bike that feels as good as it looks. Then the XSR900 is definitely worth a test ride.
It's about finding a bike that resonates with you.
It is.
That speaks to your soul.
Yeah.
And the XSR900 seems to offer that in spades.
I think we've only scratched the surface of what this bike is all about.
It does feel that way.
But that's part of the allure, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bike that invites you to explore, to discover your own story on the open road.
And that's a perfect note to end on.
It is.
We've taken a deep dive into this 2024 Yamaha XSR900.
We have.
Exploring the specs.
Yeah.
The design.
Yeah.
Even its personality.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the best way to understand this bike is to experience it for yourself.
Get out there, throw a leg over the XSR900 and see where the road takes you.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
We'll catch you on the next one.